I'm Gareth Stringer, and this is Royal Air Force Linton-on-Ouse in the Vale of York. It's where the Royal Air Force's trainee fast jet pilots come, and all being well will be awarded their wings. It's home to the Shorts Tucano, and that means it's also home to the Royal Air Force's Tucano display, and that's why we're here today to meet Flight Lieutenant Dan Hayes, the 2011 Tucano display pilot. Dan, Tucano display pilot, how does that sound?
Sounds pretty good.
Looking forward to it?
I am, yeah. It's going to be hopefully a busy but good season.
Now, you were a bit of an airshow goer when you were a youngster, not that you're old now, obviously,
no.
but this is a bit of a long-held ambition, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Probably from the age of 5 or 6 for the Air Force, and then since it came around now, in the past year or so, it's been driving towards a display pilot, really.
You're a Lincolnshire lad, so
Lincolnshire,
it's Royal Air Force country, but which air shows were you going to when you were a youngster?
I was Waddington pretty much from the age of 9 onwards every year, so it'd be good to go back there this year, I think.
Tell us a little bit about the display and the inspiration behind it, and how long you've spent with pieces of paper, scribbling and putting it all together.
It took a good probably 2 months of sat down and drawing stuff out, and then flying at height and figuring out what worked and what didn't. But the one we've got now has been pretty much on paper for the past 4 months or so, and it's not changed a lot since we nailed it to start with, really. There's a couple of bits in there for the general aviation enthusiast, so the old loops and derries and the kind of good stuff, and there's also the ones in there for the aircrew mates, so the negative turns and the negative pushes, which should hopefully make a few guys wince, I'd imagine.
What is it with display pilots enjoying negative G?
I don't think it's enjoyment, it's more just showing you can do it, I think, more than anything.
It's a macho thing.
Exactly,
then, yeah?
exactly.
Okay. Dan, as most people have probably seen by now, this is your ride this season.
It is indeed.
Tell us about it.
It was just a design born out of, about 10-15 different variations, and essentially settled on a theme of trying to get some contrast. So obviously a nice silvery side on the top, and then when I'm rolling, hopefully you'll get silver blue, and some nice flashes for the guys on the ground, really.
And we know how appropriate last year's scheme was and how popular it was, but this really is, we're talking chalk and cheese, aren't we?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah,
last year's obviously done for a very good cause and theme. This year we've just gone purely what's going to look good in the air, aerobatic style, and really it's kind of a homage almost to kind of aircraft of old, with that kind of sweeping colour scheme, and again that rolling effect we'll hopefully get when I'm airborne.
Let's just pray we got a bit of weather like this, eh?
Hopefully, yeah.
Nathan, it is a team, it's not all just about Dan. Tell us what your role is for the Tucano display this season.
I'm the display manager for the upcoming display season.
And why does a fit young guy like him need a manager to look after him for a few months?
Well, sadly we couldn't find a fit young guy, so Dan had to step in. My role really is to ensure that the team, him and myself and maybe any support aircraft, arrive at the venue on time safely, and I also provide commentary whilst Dan is doing his display.
There's been rocky months have just gone. There's probably going to be some difficult times ahead, but actually you're still very busy here at Linton-on-Ouse, and the Tucano display is going to emphasise that, isn't it?
Absolutely. Linton-on-Ouse continues to train tomorrow's fast jet pilots, both Air Force and Royal Navy, and that job hasn't stopped. Yes, we're taking a little bit of a hit in terms of the output numbers required, but we're still working hard here, and it's important that we go out and show the Tucano in its full glory as a display platform, to hopefully remind people we do the job, but also perhaps to raise the interest in the next generation of fighter pilots, then so much the better.